injured in an accident, you need a lawyer, and you deserve an advocate. Because every accident has a ripple effect. It affects your time, your health, your ability to make money, everything. That's where the advocates can help. Thanks to our decades of experience, we know what your case is worth, and we'll fight to get you every penny you deserve. Consultations are simple and always free, because you're not just a client to us, you're a person, and you deserve the best help you can get. You deserve an advocate.
This is The Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find The Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Turn the mics on there. Hey, The Monty Show, live on your YouTube machine. As always, presented by The Advocates. TheAdvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. And again, let's get going with the Red Cross, you guys. I love that the Advocates are working with the Red Cross to give back to our communities across this great country of ours. And listen, if you're in Salt Lake City, awesome. Hello, all of our Utah viewers. Somebody asked me yesterday, I thought you guys were a Utah show. We are always a Utah show. Beginning, middle, and end. Those are our roots. That's where we started. Hello. I don't know. Watching the State of the Union last night, I felt so young and invigorated. I had so much young man. There were so many not young people.
Young bloods.
And, stuff. So make sure you give blood to keep the old people from dying. Blood donations, make them at the Red Cross. Use the sponsor code Advocates SLC. Advocates SLC. We will talk a little bit more about the old man. I think we have to, old men, we have to do that. But can I just start the show with the best clip from the State of the Union last night?
Bro, the troll job out
Come
here.
on, you guys. No matter what side of the line you come down on.
Funny.
That is some funny. That's
because look at Marge's look. Look at the look on Marge's face. She's like, damn. The old man got me. Like, come on.
I think we all can unite against Marge and her whatever that was.
Whatever costume you had on.
Hey, man, everybody gets to wear the Joker paint. No, it's not true. Marge is the only one. Amazing fun last. I actually did not enjoy it. My wife made me watch the State of the Union last night.
Really?
I was not going to watch it. It is... The last, 8 years have been really terrible State of the Unions, right? And I was just like, nah, let's do what we always do. Watch some International House Hunters. Search for really...
we can get qualified for $1 million house
by
sharpening pencils.
Search for really terrible cars that I don't want to buy tomorrow. Let's do what we usually do. No, that wasn't... No, she's like, honey. It's International Women's Day Eve. I get to control the TV. No, you don't. Turn on the State of the Union. Sir, yes, sir.
So I said, yeah.
That's what I did. Well, we'll talk about it later.
Free membership Friday.
Yes, it is. Free membership Friday. Traditionally on this show, we have always given away memberships on Friday. Our viewers give away memberships. You gift memberships on the channel on Friday. We always give away a $50 Amazon gift card on free membership Fridays. You support us. We support you. So hook it up. If you're not a member, hit the join button. Consider $1.99 gets all your comments highlighted in red, such as in like the official Monty Show ambassador, who last night, the guy sends me videos that are amazing.
Big Daddy Magic, the heavyset one with the big gun.
He said that
sweet tongue.
Because I had supported Victor Wembanyama for Rookie of the Year, that I was going to take better craps.
Victor's the way.
And it makes perfect sense. So like in stuff, but Big Daddy Magic, I love you, my guy. Dakota Tubbs, member of the show, very much in like with Dakota. Harry Austin.
Friday, you're not even gonna read the greatness. You jag off hyenas.
That was the whole point. Isn't he the one who criticized me for only reading half his comment?
Yeah, but you didn't read any of his comment.
Happy Friday, you jag off hyenas. Legendary. And hey, look at that. We have our first gifted Harry Austin. our favorite San
Let's go,
Antonians
baby.
on the show.
Let's go, baby. That's how it's done right there. Come on.
Harry, appreciate you, my guy. Thank you for gifting 10 Monty Show memberships.
The all-time record for gifted memberships, I believe, is 100 on this show.
It is 100 in one day on one live show, 100 memberships. Boyd Lake, hello. Good to see Dallin Sproul.
What's up, dude?
Dallin Sproul. Good to see you, Dallin. How are you guys? Are you doing well? We are doing exceptionally well.
Yes.
Life is, I could not ask for more. That awkward guy. Sorry, I'm late, Monty. Okay.
Well, hey, Monty, I had a hall pass for being 2 minutes late to class.
I'm not sure what Christopher Shannon's doing. You're probably on those Pat McAfee drugs. Thank you. You're welcome. Walgamot, good to see you, my guy. Slam the like button. Yes, Mr. Ohio. Hello. OG Gary, let's get some nice bowel movements going, boys. I agree. Dude. Forte, hello. Love it. Big Daddy Magic says, I'm Big Daddy Magic. I'm no hyena. I don't run impacts. I am the king of the Monticello jungle.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
You know. Dallin Sproul. Sorry, been away and finally realized mornings are back. Afternoons were hard for me.
Well, welcome to the show.
Christopher Shannon, that's the State of the Union last night. Exactly right.
That's right.
Kay Nurin, good morning, everyone. I could see BYU and Utah going to the Big Ten West. Oh, if that's not a transition, I don't know what is. Update for you on the College Football Super League. So we had been making some calls and endeavoring to uncover information behind the scenes. It's Friday. I can use accents like that. So in talking to some sources over the last 24 hours, we have gotten word from the TV industry that ESPN and Fox, in fact, have had communication and talked about the what ifs and crossing I's and dotting T's in the eventuality, because ESPN, according to sources, I am told, believes that this is as good as a done deal. There had been, as we reported on the show, frustration and consternation from ESPN and Disney executives towards the college football playoff because their extension that they had tabled, and ESPN had tabled a very lucrative extension for the college football playoff. They did not get that signed and executed by the college football playoff. Well, now we know that the reason for that is because the college football playoff is likely not going to survive in its current form or fashion, and that we are likely in 2026 moving to a God tier college football super league. Yeah, however you want to describe that. Sources in the TV industry tell me that ESPN and Fox, in fact, have had very high level meetings about what will happen. How will this go? I am told that both are willing to open their grant of rights in the P4 to facilitate a I don't know what's the right word, a metamorphosis, a changing, an evolution of the college football playoff into this super league, or God tier, as everybody is calling it. ESPN and Fox are fully on board with that. I think ESPN, more loudly, I am told, than most people, is pushing the NFL model, which is to have, 64 teams. I am told 64, by the way, is the only number that works, and that is a minimum. That 48 is no longer a workable model because it eliminates far too many brands in the college football world. So 64 is the number. And I am told that unequivocally, ESPN supports an NFL model where you have two conferences who have a playoff system very similar, almost identical, it would be, to the NFL model. They also, ESPN and Fox have both discussed, according to our sources, making sure that bowl season stays intact, that the changes that need to be made in the month of December are in fact made to keep things like, Capital One Bowl Week, which makes ESPN and ABC a significant amount of money, to make sure that those games continue to be played and the TV networks continue to realize that revenue. But make no mistake about it, ESPN and Fox are willing to open their grant of rights to renegotiate their deals to facilitate this move to a God tier or super league, whatever you want to call it. And I think we call it God tier on this show. But to move to a 64-team God tier, ESPN and Fox are willing to open up their grant of rights, and they are willing to have conversations. I also think this is very clearly something where the door is open for CBS to get back into a significant role in the college football postseason. It's something that CBS, I think, according to my sources, felt left out of, that ESPN and ABC, Disney on the whole, had cornered the market on the college football playoff. And one of the reasons that CBS walked away, if you will, or took a much smaller slice of the college football pie was because they didn't get that big chunk of the postseason. There is a window because it is going to be a significant financial investment from the TV partners to get this Super League done. There is a window. There is a possibility that CBS could come back to the table in the postseason, but make no mistake about this as well. ESPN and ABC will have the lion's share of the Super League postseason playoffs, the championships, the conference championships. They're in that position now, and I don't think that changes. And Jake, that feels about right for where college football is going.
And I think it ensures the future of college football feeling like a huge event, feeling like a very important thing in the sports landscape. Because I think that's the other thing that we need to be talking about. We need to make sure that we stay cognizant of the fact that the college football playoff system is one of the biggest, sporting events that we have. I mean, to this point, obviously, it's been a 14 playoff, and now we're getting into expansion. We're getting into super leagues and God tiers, and this thing is clearly growing. We're in that phase of the business model, if you will. But I think, for ESPN, I remember having discussions on this very program about how ESPN was going to have to figure out how they were going to keep the college football playoff system or market cornered and also continue to pay $4 billion or whatever it is for the NBA over the course of the next decade. And so when I look at this Super League God tier setup, this conversation we're having today on the show, the first thing that came to my mind was, hey, this makes it more affordable for ESPN. This makes it so that ESPN can still be the top dog. They can still have the national championship game and in the semifinal, most likely. That's just a guess, but I would guess it at both of those. And then Fox and CBS can come in and say, hey, yeah, we'll have carriage on the entry rounds, right? On the first couple of rounds of a 64 team setup. So that's what I'm telling you, man. Like it does kind of depend like what we get. If it's a playoff system, kind of like March Madness is, or if this is more of a, hey, this God tier is going to be, regular season all the way through the playoff. And we're just going to split up chunks of the regular season the way they do in like NASCAR, let's say. So to me, it setup does matter, but I do think that this helps ensure the viability of college football in the long term, because you cannot continue to have ESPN burdening the cost of billions upon billions of dollars to have this stuff on their network for like 50 years. That's not going to work for anybody's TV model. So I just simply say, hey, this to me seems like smart business. And for all the people who are like, hey, ESPN would never get in bed with Fox. ESPN doesn't want to work with anybody else. I'm telling you right now, ESPN works with everybody.
Yeah, that's not the case.
They just simply want to have the biggest and baddest stuff on their network, but they're not trying to own the whole pie. They just want to have the best portion of the pie on their network, and they want to work with other TV partners to say, hey, you guys take this stuff. Even if that's more volume, we just want to make sure we have the national championship game, and I would guess the semifinal on ESPN.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see, and I would remind you, one of the more critical changes coming in the way we watch sports in this country is what's called direct-to-consumer. ESPN's going direct-to-consumer probably in about 16 months. In the fall of 2025, ESPN is going to go direct-to-consumer, which means they're going to cut out cable companies. They're going to cut out Dish and DirecTV. You are going to have the opportunity to buy ESPN. And from what I understand, you're going to have bundle options so that you can get all of your ABC programming, all of the ABC networks, Disney. You're going to be able to bundle that into a package where it's all coming right into your TV. You don't have to have a cable subscription.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that ESPN is painfully aware of is they've got to have leverage in the pocketbook of the consumer. And to get that, you have to have things like the NFL. You have to have things like the college football playoff.
Yep.
I think that's why it's critically important. But I also think ESPN is acutely aware that having everything is not the smartest business model.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think at some point they have to know that if you have a shrinking TV audience, that's not good for anybody. What you want, and this is why I continue to tell you, the NCAA is not going away.
Yeah.
And for all of these guys that are out there telling you the NCAA is dead in the water.
Listen, the mooks.
The mooks, thank you.
The mooks.
For the mooks out there telling you that the NCAA is dead in the water, it's just simply not the case. These universities are the NCAA. And again, Greg Sankey, it may not be the commissioner of the SEC because I don't think the SEC exists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Big Ten exists, the Big 12, the ACC. You're going to have one league, and you are going to call it whatever you want to call it. And you, in my opinion, you're going to have two groups, and you are going to have an NFL playoff system. And I think what you're going to see is those bowl games that are in December to get you into the college football playoffs or whatever you want to call it. Because I was also talking to somebody yesterday who said the name's probably not going to change. It's probably going to remain the college football playoff. Because let's not forget, the college football playoff is not part of the NCAA.
Right.
That is an individual body, unaffiliated, right? Made up of NCAA membership, right? But it's not under the purview of the NCAA. So you can have separate entities. And I think when you look at how much there is to go around, bowl season absolutely belongs on CBS, Fox, NBC, ABC, ESPN, TBS. Like all of these conglomerates have the money, and there's no reason they can't share in the profit.
100%.
But when we get to January and early February, because I continue to hear from TV sources that I talk to that there's going to be a college football championship game on Saturday and the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Which I think is a brilliant idea.
I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. And it does not interfere with the business of the NFL because the Pro Bowl is the weekend before. It does not interfere with the business of the college football playoff. It's perfect. And what else does it do? It brings cross-pollination. Because I can also see a situation where, hey, the college football playoff and the Super Bowl are in two different major markets serving two different sports populations.
But what is it doing? And I think it's your best point, right? It's training the consumer, right? It's
yes.
like, hey, this one weekend, Super Bowl weekend is basically turning into championship weekend, if you will. It's turning into, hey, we get this bonkers college football game at some ridiculous stadium in a major market. And then you get the NFL, which is always always has a great stadium, situation because it's a Super Bowl. So I mean, this is what I mean when I say it's not about the SEC and the Big Ten or ESPN trying to destroy anything or hurt anybody. What it's about is saying, hey, like we obviously have to reform the college football playoff system in totality. We had a decent system just starting out that we were able to come up with, but we understand that hey, there's a bigger, higher opportunity that includes the lower end P4 school for the most part getting into it. I think it's hard to not be like, yeah, this is the closest we're going to get to a one size fits all type solution. And again, I'm just telling you, once they have the top, the God tier figured out, once we get this smoothed out and all the details are done, then I think they're going to move right on to, hey, how can we do something similar with everybody else who wouldn't be included in those 64 teams?
And again, I think the overwhelming point is this is football only.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, that this notion that, oh my God, the SEC's disappearing, the Big Ten's going away, it's not. But you're not going to have that brand covering football anymore. But I think what you're going to see is guys like Tony Petitti, Brett Yormark, guys like Greg Sankey, certainly. Those guys are going to control college football because they control it now. And I don't think the power structures change in college football. I think the branding changes. I don't think the SEC is going anywhere. I don't think the Big 12 is going anywhere. Because we tend to think that the only thing that matters is football. And while in certain situations, that's true. The bottom line, the bank accounts, what makes money, sure. But again, as I always like to say, stick and ball sports aren't going away. I can tell you right now, college basketball is not shrinking; it's growing.
Yeah,
right. And here we are.
He's not going anywhere.
On March 8th, we're heading for conference championship weeks now. We're heading into the NCAA tournament. We're heading into the prime of Caitlin Clark's rise in basketball prominence now.
Yes,
that's not going away. It's International Women's Day today. Women's sports are not shrinking; they are growing. Women's TV audiences are not shrinking; they are growing. And I think we get so captivated in, the SEC can't go away. Who said the SEC is going away? I've certainly never said that.
I didn't hear that.
Right? But we get so worried about that stuff. And I made the ultimate mistake last night. I tweeted during the State of the Union.
What are you doing?
But
you knew what that was going to be.
It did,
social media.
It did give me a chance to go through my DMs last night. Well, at least the first. I had way more. You don't
always have to be negative.
So I want to thank everybody who DMs me. I'm not reading your DMs, just so you know. I will read them weekly as my commitment to you, occasionally once a month.
Sometimes.
But you guys send me a lot of DMs. And the overwhelming DMs this week, the ones that I got this week were, "You're so full of shit, Monty. The SEC's never going anywhere." We've never said the SEC's going
Nobody
anywhere.
said the SEC was burning to the ground, bro.
You did too.
That.
God damn it. I never said that. Never said that. So.
Okay.
McAfee.
Yeah. Just chill out.
Relax. Let's get to the comments section on the Monty Show. As always, presented by Prize Picks, the official daily fantasy partner of the Monty Show.
I'm not talking about Prize Picks today.
Tough day of golf for certain ones amongst us yesterday.
Can I not get the crappy Justin Thomas round when I have you on my board?
Stop betting against people?
I bet for him last week. And
how'd that work out?
He shit the bed.
Okay,
he was like 10 over.
So you bet against him this week. How'd that work out?
Yeah, he did amazing.
He shit the bed.
Jag off.
So we're watching. I had Rory McIlroy. They're at the Honda Classic, the old Arnold Palmer tournament.
Bay Hill.
Yeah. The 6th hole is a par 5. You got to hit it over some water.
By the way, truly an incredible hole. Like, beautiful.
Rory off the tee, or roars, as those of us call him.
Roars.
Roars off the tee. Boom. Nails. Hits it over the water. Everything's fine. Almost goes through the fairway. We're in great shape.
Out in the first cut. We're good.
Perfect. A really small entry to the green, but a perfect angle to fly that ball up there.
Water shouldn't be a problem.
We're ready to get naked in celebration. Everything's great.
Yeah.
I need him to have a birdie on this hole.
Right.
Second shot. 6 iron. 205. What do you mean it's in the water?
That's what fucking ticks me to fuck off.
What do you mean roars?
Rory hits this ball, dude, and on the finish, he does the patented drop the club behind your back, and immediately we were like, "Why, dude? Why?
Why even get near it?
Why? Why not miss right? Miss right. Don't miss left."
Roars. What are we doing?
Vexes me.
I'm running out.
Damn.
So, of course, I won $256 on Wednesday. Yeah, I lost 110 on golf yesterday. That's how it is. I'm a degenerate. When you're betting on golf, and I'm a degenerate, certain others of us are betting for people to fail.
Yeah, because it's Bay Hill. It entices you to do dumb things.
Yeah, maybe we should go back to betting Call of Duty games. Yeah. Hook it up. Download the Prize Picks app. Daily fantasy at its best, you guys. It's so much fun.
Now, how many kills is he going to have on this map, man?
We have so much fun doing it. And I'm telling you, baseball, NBA, and golf is a blast.
Listen to me. Spring training baseball is exhilarating.
I won on spring training baseball.
Exhilarating.
Yesterday, I won on spring training baseball.
Nobody you've ever heard of.
Dothraki in the first inning, I got him for a grand slam and 7 total bases.
Lidocaine and B12
in the first inning. Well, that's a more right there. Smash that more button.
Oh, the Dodgers scored 28 runs in the first inning? Yep, we got a winner today.
LA Dodgers, first inning runs, 26 3/4. More.
Yay!
So much fun. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Monty, 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 in your Prize Picks app. Pete Forte gifted 20 memberships.
There we go. We're at 30.
10 memberships. So we're at 20. He gifted 10. So we're at
10.
20.
Okay, we're at 20.
We have 80 to go in an hour and a half.
Come on, start gifting. Let's go. Whether it's 1 or 50. Let's go.
We have 80 to go. If we give away 80 memberships, 80 more memberships today, and that's you, we'll give somebody a $50 Amazon gift card. One person who gives a membership today will win a $50 Amazon gift card if we give away 100 memberships in total.
Let's go.
Hook it up. Hit the gift button below. Hit the join. If you are not a member, hit the join button. If you join the membership on your own, you'll be entered to win the $50 Amazon gift card.
Don't tell me you don't have time, bro. You've got plenty of time here, man. 90 minutes.
Welcome to the nightmare. Gifts of Monty Show.
Let's go. See?
21. 79 to go.
21.
79 to go. Hook it up right now.
21.
Gift a membership here on the Monty Show. All right, let's get your comments in here. John DeLon. What's up, John? Is mini golf considered real golf? It is. It absolutely is. There's no doubt about it. I love mini golf. Putt golf. Absolutely. I love it. Let's see. Mike Smith, TGIF. Yes, sir.
Dude,
I am ready.
Playing, bro.
I'm ready to sleep in. I cannot wait. I am not getting up till.
Seen Dune this weekend?
We are seeing Dune tomorrow.
Yeah. Anybody seeing Dune this weekend in the comment section?
So we're going to go hit the driving range tomorrow morning. I'm going to buy probably a really crappy car from Subaru tomorrow.
And then is Monty coming to the driving range tomorrow?
She is not. She has to swim. She's getting ready for her triathlon.
That's right. That's
so,
right. Anyway,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she is not.
Okay. So driving range, Subaru dealer.
And then we're going to see Dune.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. It sounds like my house is falling down. It's fine. I live near a military installation. They were doing artillery testing this week. Thanks for that. Christopher Shannon, hello. Give me 10 divisions, 6 team college football. I mean, I think there is a whole bunch of ways to slice that pie, right? I think the thing that is very clear is that the TV networks, in my opinion, really favor the NFL model. There is no doubt about that. And I say that because it's tested, tried and true on television. It works. It creates rivalries. It allows you to keep rivalries. I know Mike Gundy's probably going to shave his mullet when I say this, but Bedlam can come back.
What?
The border war can be intact.
I'm a man.
The holy war can be intact. It allows you to play those games on a regular basis. It allows you to keep the pageantry and tradition of college football alive.
Yeah.
And I think that's why ESPN, Fox, and CBS, NBC, your streaming partners, Amazon, that's why they're into it, because it's big games and big matchups that brings a lot of viewership to the tube. And I think that that's what everybody is after here, because the more money, the more opportunity. Sadly, whether we like it or not, let's be honest, college football now is about making money. It's not about winning games.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think, and that's really what our update's about today, that you are seeing the TV networks are ultimately going to shape the college football metamorphosis. What happens next, the next iteration of the championship of college football is going to be shaped by what the TV networks are willing to do. Because, again, I would point out, you look at all these conferences, they all have lock solid grant of rights. The TV networks have to rubber stamp it. And if we've learned anything from the Florida State ACC mess, these things are very difficult, very messy, and quite expensive to get out of. And I think that's why you, again, have not heard much of late from Florida State and the ACC. Because I think they know that from football anyway, those grant of rights may handle themselves. So there's no reason to be negotiating, because we were told 2 weeks ago they were negotiating a $300 million buyout. Why are you going to put $300 million up when that grant of rights is likely going away in 2026?
Yeah.
You're not going to do that. I think it's a win-win for everybody, including us as college football fans.
Yeah.
I think this is what we deserve as college football fans. Not that we matter, because, again, I point out that if you think your voice matters in college football, you're completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that matters is that you watch. That's it. I mean,
and you're gonna watch.
Yeah, and you're gonna watch, and so that's why I say, like, you're right. Like, we don't necessarily matter, but I agree. I mean, this is the kind of model that I think at a minimum college football deserves. I think that I never completely disagreed with the sentiment that it's kind of, it's kind of crappy that we had a board of people deciding who to put in rather than having it played out on the field. But I do think that was the best option at the time. I mean, that was the best option at the time. And
hey,
now,
man, where are my oranges at?
Wait, you need your oranges, dog? You guys like oranges? You big cutie fan right here?
We are. So, the cutie orange
Bro,
is...
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm dead serious. I threw it at you.
I will not stand for this.
The cutie orange is hit or miss.
It is.
These were a hit.
Yeah.
Mrs. Monty shoved a bag of cuties into the cart, knocked them down. My point is, it's Friday. I can do whatever the hell I want. The point is that I think this is what's best for college football players, 100%. And college football fans.
Yeah.
John DeLon says, Mooks!
Yeah,
exactly.
Freaking Mooks.
Exactly. Thank you for your hard work. No. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Taysom Hill, not Taysom Hill's colon. Taysom Hill, football player. Very different than your rectum. Everyone smash that like button. Yes, please do.
Oh, okay, I thought we were going in a different direction there.
Lil Jizzy, thank you for the membership, Harry Austin. Thank you, Lil Jizzy. Mike Smith.
Okay.
Mountain Mama.
Neil Brown needs fired.
Please fire Neil Brown.
Whoever came up with that shit need to be fired.
Thank you, Mike Smith.
I appreciate you.
That's 22 memberships, 78 memberships
Let's
to go. We'll give away a $50 Amazon gift card. Hook it up. Make sure you hit the like button. 106 viewers right now. We just passed 500 total viewers and only 43 likes on YouTube.
Come on.
Let's go. Hit the like button. Hello to everybody. By the way, X has really taken off for the Showgram. Hello to everybody watching on Twitter. We appreciate you.
Social media.
Make sure you find us on YouTube, The Monty Show, MONTY, The Monty Show. Subscribe, hit the like button. We always appreciate you guys being here as we talk about the college football playoff. Mike Smith, when I send DMs to Monty, I just send full frontal pics, less reading, more drooling for Monty because I care. And it's so thoughtful of you. So, I struggle with words, right? Yeah. I struggle with words. There's who am I, Joe Biden? I struggle with words, right? I mean, listen, there's no doubt about that.
Do you think Buddy's got a line item in the budget for cough drops?
No, clearly not. Right? Two Masters. What's up, my guy? Good to see you. Kaner and the Jazz are in full tank mode for the next 2 years.
What would have given you that idea, dude?
I mean, Ryan Smith has spent so much money on the players.
Yeah, I mean, he just is,
upgraded the roster and
no duh.
You're upgrading the no, wait, that's a lie. Welcome to the Nightmare. Hello. Two Masters. I mean, the Cactus League MVP race is going to be stacked. I know. Expedition Greg. I absolutely love mini golf.
Yeah.
Me too.
I am so excited to golf this weekend.
Taysom Hill's colon. See, you did this to yourself,
dude.
Sir. When you used the colon there.
Yeah. What do you want from us, dude?
You did this to yourself. I just read things. Taysom Hill's colon. See Dune 2 twice. Incredible movie. Cannot wait.
Yeah. I'm
Cannot
excited,
wait,
dude.
Expedition Greg. Monty Show heading to the Arnold Palmer Invitational later today here in Orlando.
Let's go, bro.
Brandon Butler. Dune 2 is really good. Stoked. Greywater Watch. I saw Dune 2 opening night. It's a beautiful cinematic experience.
Did I hear right that we got IMAX tickets too?
No, we did not get IMAX.
We did not get IMAX. Okay.
Mrs. Monty thinks that she runs the world. I truly think she thinks she's the mayor of the earth.
But I have to ask, we saw Oppenheimer in IMAX and didn't love it. The whole, remember, it was so loud.
It was so forceful.
Like egregiously loud.
I've heard so many reviews. I was listening to a review. I want to say it was Richard Roper's review. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's fucking review. I don't remember who it was, but he said you have to see it in IMAX.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Monty's like, I'm nobody's stool. I am not going to pay for IMAX when I can pay for popcorn.
What I just said.
At the Megaplex and stuff. I'm stoked. I'm excited. She walks down yesterday. She's like, I got us tickets to see Dune. I'm like,
hey, quick sidebar. Best snack during a movie at a theater.
The popcorn.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Now that I'm not like a sugaraholic.
Yeah. I love movie theater popcorn. 100%.
And I'm not mixing Swedish Fish and Reese's Pieces anymore.
Dude.
It has to be.
It's internal.
Yeah. Robert Fowler. Hey, Monty. As of 6:47 Central Time, I became a grandpa for the first time.
Hey, let's go.
Congratulate your son on having sex. I don't know anything about that.
Me either.
Mike Smith. I just said, you said you had a grandchild. I said, congratulate your son on having sex. And congratulations on okay. Hope everybody's healthy and well. They left Dune 2 open for yet another movie, but have not heard if they have planned that or not. I hope they have. Pete Forte, Dune, hell yeah, going tomorrow. Me too.
Let's go, baby.
Cannot wait.
This is gonna be, I feel like, for the Monty clan.
Monty.
This is like the first weekend we're getting where A, we're not driving like 5 hours in driving snowstorms, and B, we actually get to golf and do something else fun.
Yeah, we're going to play River Oaks on Sunday.
Mrs. Monty's joining us as well.
She is going to play with us on Sunday.
Yeah.
Love that. I just it needs to warm up so we can get back to real golf at Canyons. And...
I got home yesterday after work and I was like, yeah, dude, it's still light out. This is awesome.
Dude, I'm ready for summer. I'm done with this cold stuff. It was 21 degrees
brutally
overnight.
Cold last night.
I'm ready to move on. Taysom Hill's colon. I hope Dune 3 gets greenlit soon, Mike. Me too.
Oh, it will. I mean, it's when you do that much money through a film, you're going to get it.
One conference, ESPN East, North, South, and West. Exactly. OG Gary, hello. Sa, dude.
Sa, dude.
One conference, North, South, East, and West. It ain't that difficult. Pete Forte says, congrats, Robert. Congrats. Welcome to the nightmare. Definitely thinking 64 teams, 4 divisions, conference god tier is the best model. I think it is very clear that it's going to be tough to do 48 teams.
Yeah.
I think it's almost impossible.
I don't know why you'd limit yourself. If you're going to do this and you're going to expand and you're going to create this new great model, you wouldn't want to undercut the amount of teams.
No.
Like, if anything, you'd want to overcut it. You'd want to have too many.
But again, and I think one of the other things that I saw on Twitter yesterday was, well, how are you going to have 64 teams compete in football? 64 teams don't make the playoffs, right? They don't make the playoffs. I think what you have is you have a whatever you want to say. I could see a situation where 32 teams make a playoff and you're playing a full slate of games through December.
Yeah, you're going to have a cut line. Let's be very clear about this.
You are going to have a cut line.
You're going to have a threshold where you have to do X to get into the playoffs.
It's the football.
Yeah.
The NFL football model.
100%. Yeah.
I don't even think it's that complicated.
Well, and I think when you look at the NFL with 32 teams, like you start to understand, hey, like, you know, obviously we know the haves and the have-nots in the NFL. And what's our favorite time of NFL of the year in the NFL? Well, obviously, like, Super Bowl conference championship time of year is great.
Yes.
But I love the wild card conversations. I love the Houston Texans going up against the Browns in the playoffs and CJ Stroud balling out. I want those kind of moments for college
this year,
football.
like the Packers having to win out, or like those games of consequence.
Yes,
which is why you play your rivalry games later in the season, so that Bears Packers, again, Utah BYU is for a playoff spot.
Yes, Yes.
Right? Like, that's why you want to play those games later. Notre Dame, USC's for a playoff
Can you
spot.
imagine the crowd BYU would draw on TV if they were if they were playing a game of consequence against Utah for a playoff spot?
Can you imagine Bedlam for a spot in the college football playoffs?
Right? Like, come on.
I mean, hey,
Texas, Oklahoma.
Are you still going to tell me that Bedlam doesn't matter, Gundy? I don't think you are. Hey, let's go.
Here we go.
Brandon Butler gifts 5 memberships.
Let's go, baby. Okay, so what are we at? 27 now?
That is 10, 20, 5, 27, 37 as Dakota Tubbs gets 10 memberships.
Let's go.
Come on, man. 37.
We got momentum building now.
We've got momentum. All you need here is 63 more memberships to be gifted. That's all you need right now. Get on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, gift a membership.
Yes.
Once we get to 100 memberships gifted, we will give you a $50 Amazon gift card. Right now, Dakota, Brandon, Mike Smith, Welcome to the Nightmare, Pete Forte, and Harry Austin are all in the running for a $50 Amazon gift card.
Let's go.
So hook it up. Let's give them away. And maybe because I'm generous. Maybe because I'm generous. Maybe we, no matter what, we give away a $50 Amazon gift card today. All you have to do to qualify is give away Monty Show memberships. That's it. That's all you have to do. James, Oak State fan and stadium guru, otherwise known as Taysom's colon. No, different account.
Hey, James, real quick. Hey, how's the helicopter day, James? Is it?
No,
are we?
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I am no.
Oh, Monty, Tulsa's got to renovate their west side of the stadium because the hot dog stands need to be a little better.
Okie State James Oak State Light. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oak Light. The college playoff has 4 conferences in G5. 4 16 teams. Top 4 conference champs get a bye. Okay. Why make it that complicated?
That sounds like some trigonometry stuff right there.
Conferences in college football, I truly believe, from what I've been told anyway, everybody understands or everybody is in agreement that there is a model where conferences in college football go away.
Yeah.
Where you have a 64-team, 32-team conference, 32-team conference, and you have a playoff system. Win your games, you make the playoffs. Lose your games, you're out. Period. That's it. And I think you're going to have playing games. I think you have all kinds of opportunity. And unfortunately, I think you're going to see that you're on some level, you're going to have a G5 seat at the table. Certainly, I think that's being discussed.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a lock at all, because I also think there is a real chance that you're going to have a second level playoff system where, hey, you're not in the God tier. Okay, well, we still have a championship for you. You don't get a trophy. You get a ribbon and a bag of like goldfish. The crackers, you get a bag of goldfish.
Right.
Because it's the Goldfish Cracker Championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it'll be something like that. Kim and Eldon gifted 50 fucking memberships. Let's go. Let's go.
Boom.
Let's go.
Boom. Well
Harry
done,
Austin gifted 20 more memberships.
Okay. See, this is what happens. You build momentum, and now we're flying.
What is that? 10, 20, 30, 80, 100. We're over 100.
Let's go, baby.
We're over 100.
Okay. See? Keep donating.
Wow. Look at you, Kim and Eldon.
Dude, that was savage.
Look at you, Harry Austin.
Yeah, that was savage, bro.
Let's go.
Stay hard.
See, do you see what happens when we do the right thing and we put the effort in and we try?
Grow the community. Let's go. I love it, you guys. Thank you for supporting the show. That is freaking amazing. Look at everybody picking up the memberships.
Go.
Look at it. Look at it. That's so awesome. You guys are amazing.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. You guys, freaking, I love it. That's what this show's about. Grow the community. Way to go.
Boom.
Way to go. Mike Smith says, way to go, Brandon. Hell yeah. Way to go.
Way to go, Keldon.
Thank you for a fun week, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys
for supporting the show. Giggity. LFG, Kim and Eldon. Let's go.
Yes.
Big Daddy Magic. The BYU TV audience is the Walking Dead. You fans are salt of the earth. Big Daddy Magic doesn't have much to say for BYU.
Yeah.
Taysom's colon, speaking of BYU. Well, now he's taken the colon out.
He took the colon out and just has Taysom Hill's colon. Well done. See, that's a good adjustment. See, way to embrace yourself.
Oh! He says, Kim and Eldon, wow, that's amazing. Yes. James, Oak State sports fan.
Hey, Monty.
And stadium guru.
Hey,
Monty. I may go to Dallas and do a video update of SMU's construction.
Yay!
Have to clear it with the wife. All right, Ryman, Monty, Jetcopter 26 over SMU. Now, this is a very small stadium.
But it is the pipeline to Texas.
Everything runs through Dallas County, Monty. Anyway, that would be amazing.
Yeah, the Mustangs.
Hell yeah. Kim and Eldon, hell yeah. Great job, Harry. Mark Hales, if you are going to the NFL model, the Bulls just need to go away.
See, I disagree. The bowl system should be part of getting into the playoff, right? That's what we're talking about. Hey, games of consequence at the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Because I think you also have to remember bowl season is a financial, it's a revenue source for a lot of the venues.
Yes.
That are where these games are played. The Cotton Bowl,
Rose Bowl?
The Cotton Bowl only matters because of the Cotton Bowl. But see, I think it's stuff like the Rose Bowl. Can you imagine a college football championship season where a game of consequence is not played at the Rose Bowl at 3 p.m. Pacific time on New Year's Day?
Well, look at what Alabama-Michigan was. Like, that was iconic. That was incredible at the Rose Bowl.
You have to be able to keep the Rose Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Superdome. I mean, you think about the stadiums where some of these big games are played. SoFi Stadium, Cowboys Stadium, AT&T Stadium in Tarrant County, boy.
Yeah.
NRG in Houston. Again, look at the relationships we're talking about.
Yes.
We're talking about NFL college football relationships. That's what we're talking about. I think that matters. Taysom Hill's colon is now a member of the Monty.
Let's go.
Let's go, you guys. Welcome to the nightmare. Gifted another Monty Show membership.
Let's go, baby.
See what we're doing? Growing the community.
Yes.
You guys are awesome. Coming up in 12 minutes. I mean, I guess we can just give it away in 12 minutes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see how many we can do.
Let's see how many we can do. Yeah.
We'll
hey, the more the merrier.
In the last 15 minutes of the show.
Okay.
During lifestyle. Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate that. Let's keep getting your comments in here on the college football. Let me ask you this. What do you want to see happen? Do you want the college football playoff to stay in its current form? Do you want a God tier? Do you want simply to go back to polling? What's the answer in your mind? What's the answer? What's the right thing? Because I think this is I think we're moving in the right direction.
Absolutely.
I think if it's 64 teams with an NFL playoff model in a framework where December becomes games of consequence, bowl season, and we have ways to keep things like, hey, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, the Rose Bowl game, all of those things, to keep those games in a very important level. I'm all for it. I am all for it because I think we as a college football fan base deserve it. We deserve 2 months of really important football games. It's what makes the NFL the NFL.
Yes.
If our December games are bedlam, if it is, if it's Texas, Oklahoma, and the loser's eliminated from contention for a playoff spot.
Notre Dame SC. That
should happen in December, right? If Michigan, Ohio State all of a sudden is for a spot in the college football playoffs,
dude,
I'm all about it. I'm all about it, right? Like, I'm here for that conversation. But I think too often we forget, hey, you have to actually build an infrastructure for that. If the infrastructure is in place, and again, if you're just tuning into the show, we are told this morning that ESPN and Fox have had high-level conversations between themselves about, hey, where are we going? How are we going to do this? What's this look like? And I'm also told there have been at least 2 conference calls, and I want to make, not that it matters, but I want to make sure I get it right, that there are at least 2 conference calls that took place between CBS, Fox, and ESPN.
Yeah.
Because I think there's this belief that there's this vitriol and everybody hates ESPN, and couldn't be further from the truth. ESPN makes Fox. It makes NBC. It makes CBS money because it puts big teams in big situations.
Yeah.
And it means that, hey, well, yeah, sure. Is the SEC championship game, is the Alabama-Georgia game, is the big game on ESPN? It is. But the game 2 weeks prior now matters. Auburn, Alabama on CBS mattered, right? The Iron Bowl on CBS. Well, now that game is on ESPN.
Yeah.
Right? But when it's Notre Dame and SC, that game matters. People have to watch that game on NBC, right? When it's Michigan, Ohio State, and its first spot in the college football playoffs, that's on CBS or Fox, or that game matters. So I think you have to understand that everybody has to work together because they all want a stake. They all want a piece of the greater revenue pie. And I think ESPN does a great job facilitating that. I just go back to the Pac-12. ESPN refused to compete for the Pac-12. That's where this all ended. And we had it first about Fox. Fox straight up told the Pac-12, we're not interested in anything but a third-tier game at night.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, that's not true, man. Well, what happened? Fox walked away from it. ESPN was like, hey, here's what we're willing to offer you. Good luck. And they're like, well, we'll get it somewhere else. And the Pac-12 melted down. I think it's very clear. The power in this belongs with guys like Greg Sankey and guys like Jimmy Pitaro at ESPN.
Yeah.
It does not belong with the colleges. It does not belong at the NCAA. It does not belong with the universities.
100%.
It does not belong with the college football player. It belongs with guys like Sankey, Yormark, Petiti.
And they have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to figure it out, man.
Yeah.
And provide a system that really works for the masses.
Those are the guys that make the decisions.
And by the way, I think they understand that responsibility and they want it to work for everybody.
Harry Austin, a member of the show for 9 months now, Harry. Appreciate you. The only question I have is for those that are left out of the God tier, the God League, like UTSA. What happens to G5 programs that help support the foundation of college football? I think it's why you have to create and call it what you want, a G5 championship, a second level. I think you have to have it.
Yes.
And I think it's why it makes sense that the one of these spots or two of these spots in the playoffs go to the G5, highest ranked G5 conference champion.
Yes.
I just
don't think it's that difficult. I think it makes sense. Like,
I agree.
It's not hard to understand. Like, it's easy.
100%. I agree. Tanner Plummer, a member of the show for 14 months.
Well. The Super Soakers joined the chat.
Did you see yesterday? I put a video in the Monty Show members only group. So if you join our upper tier, our $10 a month members only content,
our
God tier. Thank you, the Monty Show God tier. Is $10 a month, right? And you get access to our members only Instagram chat group. Put in there yesterday, Utah fans talking about soaking. It was a boyfriend and a girlfriend. And the interviewer says to the boyfriend, would you be soaking? And he said, I would do it. And the girl said, I would do it. And what came out? And if you don't know what soaking is, I'm not going to explain it.
Tanner.
Figure it out. But somebody has to, when you're soaking, somebody has to do the shaking.
The earthquaking.
Yeah. People will charge you a fee to do your earthquaking.
Cock.
Oh, you're soaking? Okay, give me $100. I'll make the earth move. So let me get this right.
Reset.
You're gonna pay me $100. I'm gonna lay under your bed and I'm gonna move the bed up and down so that you can without, and everything's fine. So that your salamander can,
the cack.
You're paying people to shake your bed.
Yeah.
That's the kind of
I
content
don't
you get.
regret those decisions.
Lamont Tucker, a member of the show. Lamont Tucker. Wait, I thought just get my eyes all clear. I thought that says Lamont Tucker. He's been a member of the show for 11 months.
Let's go, baby.
Mont, good to see you. Hey, guys, Connor Stallions also says hello.
Sign Steeler guy.
Hello. How are we doing at Central Michigan there? How we doing?
Hey, Jim. Jim, did you figure out who Sign Stealer guy is yet?
This show is unbelievable. Caleb gives us one Monty Show membership.
Let's go, baby.
Love it. Free membership Friday. Kicking ass on the
Let's go.
Monty Show. But yeah, I think the G5, Harry, has to be involved in that in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it is, you have to do it. Wasikowski, AFC, NFC model with Big Ten, SEC, and relegation. But again, understand, it's not the Big Ten and the SEC trying to do it on their own.
Yeah.
They're not doing that.
And I think because of that, relegation's not going to take place. I think that you're going to figure out a model where you've got, again, 64 teams or
why haven't the Bears been relegated?
Yeah, right. So like it's like, hey, we need the shit teams.
We do
to help the good teams.
You do.
And we'll have inside of that 64 team field a way to make the playoffs.
I think you're going to have the P4. Everybody talks about, well, who's getting eliminated, Bonnie? I don't know that anybody gets eliminated.
Yeah.
I think you obviously are not going to have 100 teams, but there's no form or fashion where BYU gets left out of an upper tier of college football. I don't see any SEC team getting left out.
Yeah.
What do you do with Boston College? I don't know. I don't see Boston College, Syracuse. I don't see the bottom 3/4 of the ACC being a difference maker here. Right? But I also don't see North Carolina getting left out of a football discussion. I don't see Duke getting left out of a football discussion.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. I don't see, look at the Big 12. Are you telling me that Houston's getting left out of a football discussion? Are you telling me that they're going to leave the bounce house out of the football discussion? I don't see that happening. One, you need the market. And two, UCF's a hell of a football program.
Yeah.
You're going to figure that out. I think the conference with the most to lose here is the ACC.
Yeah.
Because they have no leverage.
Yeah, they got the most average teams.
And they don't have great TV ratings outside of the top 5 or 6. And it's not even 5 or 6. I just don't see how you... And Dabo's a really interesting figure in all this, right?
Yeah.
Because I think Dabo Swinney doesn't embrace what college football has become.
It's probably different than what you're thinking, though.
Nick Saban got out because he didn't embrace it. Dabo Swinney is probably too young for that. And my question is, if you are an athletic director, put yourself in the shoes of an athletic director. Dabo Swinney, look at Alabama. Dabo Swinney openly his campaign for the Alabama head coaching job for how long?
Long time.
Was he a candidate for that job?
Not really.
Was he one of the top candidates? Was he the top candidate? Well, he's got national championships and no. And why is that? Because he doesn't want a portal and he hasn't used the portal.
We built this program on NIL.
Does not like NIL. Does not embrace NIL. How do you win with that? Right? Kalen DeBoer, I can win with that. Can Dabo Swinney, Clemson or anywhere else, can you reasonably make the argument that Dabo Swinney's the right guy for your football program?
Not right now. Nope.
I don't think so. I don't think you can. I truly do not believe you can. Welcome to the nightmare. Do you think UCF gets into the God tier? Would they be in the mid tier? I think that
I think they're a big enough brand that you can justify them being in. Yeah.
Big Daddy Magic, the official Monty Show. Victor Wembanyama stalker. Ambassador. So keen, it's so stupid. I prefer lovemaking Olympics.
Okay.
Sean DeLon. The Cubs are in danger of being relegated this season.
Dude, bro, we've been having a really nice Friday, bro. Why you got to bring that up? Why do that, bro?
Because it's garbage.
Why would you do that? We had momentum. Like everything was good.
Why choose violence? I don't understand. You're not wrong, by the way. I don't understand why you would bring it up. Sean Jenkins, they go to 4 16-team divisions. Do they reshuffle or bring back regions? You could absolutely do that. I think it's just a matter of how many weeks do you need to get through it? And how are you going to leverage the bowl structure to do it?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you have to do. Ron Nolan, Tanner, it's true if you wear a raincoat when you're soaking, your skin doesn't prune. Is it true?
Tanner, you are the soaking expert.
Ron? Tanner also said, oh boy. Do I read this?
Yes, please. It's Friday. Please, do it for the people.
For those of you who don't know, soaking is when a mommy and a daddy. So she's already pregnant.
I'm not your daddy.
When a mommy and a daddy get together and do the deed without movement, but someone does the moving for them. Let's compare it to building a hot dog. Sandwich.
Which isn't a sandwich.
So I'm going to put that hot dog sandwich together through a couple of important steps. I've got the bun, and then I'm going to take the hot dog and I'm going to insert it into the bun. But see, when I put the ketchup on top of there, it doesn't cover the whole hot dog. So I'm just going to turn that hot dog a little bit and shake things up. And then all of a sudden, 9 months later, there's going to be 2 hot dogs.
Daddy.
Okay.
Tanner, thanks for the contribution.
How did we get here? I thought soaking is how a cucumber becomes a pickle.
Well,
wow, Dad. Wow.
John DeLon, I'm the guy that pees on parades.
There you go.
Wow, it is officially Friday. Guys,
Keep it real.
Guys.
I got to take a leak.
Guys.
OG Gary, I would have non-New Year's 6 bowls be played in regular season. Select games you think will be good for bowls and set them as bowls. So Holy War could be a bowl. Red River is a bowl, etc. Well, yeah, have it on the last week of the season.
Yeah.
At the Cotton Bowl at NRG.
Yeah.
At Mercedes-Benz. I guess you could do that. Tanner Plummer, honestly, I'm surprised YouTube approved that comment. When a mommy and a daddy.
Yeah, we're not making any changes.
Son, when 2 people love each other, there's certain emotions that go into putting on a condom. And okay. Dakota Tubbs, how to construct a hot dog, brought to you by the Monty Show. I'm here to serve you guys. Eric Wasikowski, did Tanner walk in on his mommy and daddy? Is he trying to confess? Oh my God. Do you knock before you walk into your parents' room? You should.
Guys, what's all that noise?
I don't need anybody moving the bed for me. I already make the bed rock.
Wow, aren't you special?
Tanner with a demon face. Dakota Tubbs. When 2 people love each other, they make J2H.
That's right. That's right.
I'm so bricked up right now.
Truer words have never been spoken, to which I say the Monty Show presented by The Advocates, theadvocates.com. If you're under a bed and it falls on you, you didn't deserve that trauma.
Pick up the phone.
You can always talk to an injury attorney for free at theadvocates.com. They're never going to charge you a consultation. They're never going to charge you a big retainer. And I think that matters because we see so many times where you find yourself in a tough spot in life and you don't have the money to do X, Y, or Z. When you've been in an accident, when you've gotten rear-ended by a big rig, when you were riding your bike and somebody cut you off, when you are, walking down a sidewalk and it's broken and you trip and fall because that sidewalk was not fixed. When you think about what happens at work in this country on job sites or in the office, and Hey, you know what? You were at Home Depot and you slipped and fell because they didn't clean up the floor. That's not your fault. You didn't deserve to get in an accident, but you do deserve an advocate at theadvocates.com, where you never pay a penny to talk to some of the best injury attorneys in the business. At theadvocates.com, you can chat with an injury attorney 24/7, 365 days a year, and it won't cost you a dime. Theadvocates.com, who are partnered with the Red Cross all month long. Look at what we've done on Giving Friday. Look at the fact that we've given away 110 memberships today.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Let's get back to our community, work with the advocates, get to the Red Cross, schedule a blood donation online with the Red Cross at your local Red Cross office. Use the sponsor code ADVOCATESSLC. If you're one of our great Utahns, get to the advocates, their office here in Salt Lake City. They have several of them. If you're one of our Phoenicians, they have a great office in Phoenix, Idaho, Montana. Get it done today. Don't procrastinate. There are people this weekend who need your donation. Blood donation is critical in this country right now. redcross.org. Use the sponsor code ADVOCATES SLC. Can we switch gears real quick and talk about Pat McAfee? This was weird. Did you guys see this yesterday? It came out yesterday. Now, Pat did the All the Smoke podcast this week. Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. Great podcast. I'll tell you, there are a bunch of nut jobs, wing nuts on that show, but it's wildly entertaining. And Pat McAfee went on All the Smoke and talked about the fact that he uses drugs on a regular basis.
Any chance we'll see you at WrestleMania?
In Philly? I don't know, dude. So I got a lot of science pumping through me right now. You know, when you retire, I said, hey, I want that rich guy stuff. You know, what are these rich guys taking that I see on Instagram that are all, you know, don't get fat? Like, I don't know how it works. Because with my particular build, if I eat pizza 4 times, fat ass. Okay, fat ass. And the football season is long. And every year I've gained like 50 to 60 pounds since retiring. So this year I'm like, I'm going to get on the rich guy stuff that cheats and keeps me thin. Not as full as the Ozempic move, but I'm not against it. I will head to that route in a couple of years if I have to.
If needed. You have to.
So I'm on a bunch of stuff.
Is it long-term? Anything long-term? You understand like the outcome of that?
Not a clue.
At least you're fucking honest.
You know, like, am I going to die? Who knows? Probably. They say everybody is. But is this one going to take years off my life? Maybe. But was that going to happen anyways? We don't know, you know? I've always said too, if I have something that's going to kill me that we might be able to have a cure for someday, I would like to be frozen until we find the cure. Bring my ass back 2,120 years in there. Think about me getting dropped in that society. I'll be fucking pumped up about it. But with that being said, I don't think I could pass any drug tests for a WrestleMania.
Bro.
What was that? I don't know. First of all, I'm not on anything.
No.
My doctor is amazed every time I walk in there. I'm not on anything. I want to live every single day that I can possibly live. I love my life. That was craziness. He said, did you hear what he said there? I can't participate in WrestleMania because I'm on too many illegal drugs. He essentially said I can't pass a drug test.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? And I love Pat McAfee. I am a huge Pat McAfee fan, but I don't know who this dude is anymore. Am I crazy for feeling like he went to ESPN and everything changed? It's weird. His brand clearly is blown up, and I'm thrilled for him. If he's doing well, like, it's great for sports talk guys like us. Great. Do it. Right? But I'm not going to say he's unhinged, but this is wild to me.
I mean, it's definitely a little weird, and I think it goes right back up the alley of Pat is too casual with it, right? Pat is someone who just to tell you anything and you know, not really care what people think about it, and that's fine for him. Like,
yeah,
hey, do what you want to do. That's cool. But I think, you know, again, there's consequences for the things we say, and I think that Pat is so far removed from the professionalism standards that typically we see in the sports talk realm, that he just, and again, I know it's no surprise, but he just does whatever the hell he wants. And I think that things like this, like, I don't think that Pat is a bad guy. I'm not saying that he's a bad human. What I'm saying though is that he's too frat boy with it. He is too
he's too Chris Farley with it.
Yeah, you're too out there right now.
And he's talking about a lifestyle that a lot of us understand. I eat too much, I drink too much, I'm fat. Totally understand that. He talked about in other parts of this interview where in certain times of year he gains, like, I think he said 50, 60 pounds.
Yeah.
And then he takes whatever he takes and he loses it. And I'm just like, you can't write this off to nothing. This is ESPN's biggest personality. Pat McAfee is the face of sports talk. And I worry for that dude.
Yeah.
Like, and I know we're probably going to get the typical, you're just jealous. I'm not fucking jealous of Pat McAfee.
No.
We're not on Pat's level. Nobody's on Pat's level.
No.
You can't be jealous of Pat McAfee because you're never going to be what Pat McAfee is. I didn't play in the NFL. I'm not a professional wrestler. And frankly, the guy's got talent I could only dream of.
Mm-hmm.
But I worry about a guy who's going on a podcast saying, yeah, I take as much drugs as I can take. I take as much illegal stuff as I can take. Is that a Fedra? Is that, heavens to Betsy, I hope it's not something else. Yeah, I hope it's not something else, like some illegal illicit drug. I'm very curious.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I'm curious what he takes. I hope it's not like cocaine. I hope it's not like meth. But you listen to Pat, and I just, it's shocking. And I want to play it again because I want you to listen. Listen to how just matter of fact he is. Blasé. And he never says particularly what he's taking. But it certainly sounds like he's talking about taking illegal drugs.
Any chance we'll see you at WrestleMania?
In Philly? I don't know, dude. So I got a lot of science pumping through me right now. When you retire, I said, hey, I want that rich guy stuff. What are these rich guys taking that I see on Instagram that are all, don't get fat? Like, I don't know how it works. Because with my particular build, if I eat pizza 4 times, fat ass.
Right? Like, I think we all can relate to that.
I mean, I think that there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, if I eat pizza 4 times a week, I'm going to be fat. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
It's the part where he says, I'm on science, and he constantly is doing this and saying he can't pass a drug test for WrestleMania. I don't know. That just really stood out to me, and I want to get your thoughts on it. I don't want to speculate about what that drug is because I have to hope it's not some kind of illegal narco.
I don't think the guy's a meth user.
No.
Like I think what he's really saying is he's an Ozempic guy. He's somebody who and again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know the WWE's drug testing policy and everything on the list because I don't.
I think they're WADA or USADA or whatever. I think they're
yeah.
I mean, they test for illegal drugs.
Yeah.
But in Pat, if you don't know, and I probably know far too much about Pat McAfee. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of his. I just think he's so talented. He's battled addiction in his life. There's no doubt about that. He makes no bones about the fact that he's from nothing. And, talk about starting from the bottom and now we're here. That's Pat McAfee. The guy has not been handed anything. Nothing. He has earned everything.
Yeah.
And I just hope that he doesn't shorten his life by a minute. Because I just think the guy is fantastic.
Yeah.
I really do. And it feels like he has changed significantly since he moved to ESPN. It feels like he has changed.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Pat, there's no question. I mean, again, his show is obviously very listenable and, they have a lot of fun. And this conversation really isn't necessarily about his show per se, but I do think that when you look at when you take a step back and you look at what his show has been so far in the big picture, it's always in the news. And while most of the time that's a good thing, I think there have been some bad things too. And I think, it's odd to me that you would go on a podcast and talk about the fact that you can't pass a drug test. I'm not sure why that's a good idea.
And your cash cow right now is Disney.
Like,
how do you reconcile that? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
just
know
think
how
he thinks about that. I don't think that Pat operates that way. I think Pat McAfee says, "Hey, I have the biggest show, and that means that I can talk about whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want, and I can call people out by name, and I can do all these different things that, in my opinion, are obviously not the most professional, but he's doing them. And so, my only question for Pat is, how long is the ride going to be? Because you can operate this way. It's your right to do whatever the hell you want to do. You can do that, but to do it without expecting consequences, to me, is foolish.
And I think this goes back to why he is not popular inside the walls in Bristol, because he does what he wants and he has no supervisor. Because he's on a, as we've explained on this show, he's on a licensing agreement.
Yeah.
He is not a contracted ESPN employee. You're never like him and this Stephen A. Smith. Did you guys see the story with him and Stephen A.? They had a huge fight, a huge shouting match where they screamed at each other and dropped F-bombs and MF bombs on each other. And now they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But can you imagine a situation where your two most important talents are screaming and F-bombing and MFing each other and yelling and having an intimidating screaming match at each other?
Yeah.
But who's going to tell Pat no? Nobody tells Pat McAfee no. Nobody. And it's what you brought yourself when you didn't put him on payroll. This is what you got. And frankly, I think it's been can we all agree? I think it's been good for ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
It's not been great inside ESPN. There's a lot of friction there.
Yes.
There is a lot of friction. And it just is what it is, right? Let's see. Who's first in on this? Hello, OG Salty. Good to see you. Welcome to the Nightmare, says hour 2 and only 68 likes. We have more memberships given than likes. That's true. We've had over 750 views and only 70 likes. So if you're watching now, please make sure you hit the like button across all of our platforms. We have about we should be getting about 500 likes a show between Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. But we always prefer you come and follow us on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, watch the show, and give us a thumbs up. If you're watching on Facebook, hello. Love everybody on Facebook. Love everybody on Twitter.
Yes. X.
Appreciate everybody watching on Twitter this morning. And of course, we love everybody on YouTube. You guys are our crew. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. John DeLon, no Pat talk, please. Whoops. Mike Smith, meth, great for weight loss, not so great for the dental plan. Truth. What a great look for ESPN's biggest asset. And that's something that I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know that Pat even cares about that.
I don't think he cares. I don't. OG Gary, if Pat wants to stay skinny, they have gastric bypass done. See, for me, like in my situation, I just need to carve time to go to the gym. It is so hard for me at the end of a day to be like, all right, let's go to the gym. That's hard for me. Get up at 4 a.m. every day. I was up at 3:50 today, ready to go.
Yeah.
Like it's rough, right? Big Blue Horses, at least he's honest. Not sure what else to say. Not sure what else to say at all. Not meth, Mike. He's loaded. Yeah, but I don't want to speculate on what he's doing. I don't think that's fair. I don't think, and sure, Pat opened it up to speculation saying he's on science right now. I don't know what that hand motion is.
Yeah.
But, he's probably talking about taking nutrition drugs that replace meals. No, the very fact is he said he eats too much. So he's not taking nutrition that replaces meal. The problem is he's not nutritionally sound.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that it screams of Ozempic plus something. I think that Pat McAfee is taking a Ozempic-style fat loss drug, and he's probably got one more thing he's taking that he feels helps him, and that whatever that happens to be is not legal in WWE terms.
Yeah.
So
it's my guess is, it's my opinion.
Yeah.
It's got to be a stimulant of some kind.
Yeah, something that speeds up your metabolism.
That's exactly that. Something that keeps your heart rate higher. That because he's always hot. You can see he always looks like he's hot, right? And when you're as flush as he usually is, that's usually because you're cooking.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's something, they make a ton of burners or whatever it is. You can get supplements that they're fat burning supplements that they don't work, in my opinion. But he straight up said it's not Ozempic. So I doubt it's Ozempic or Wegovy. I just hope it doesn't kill him because I love the dude. I really do. Big Daddy Magic, I met Pat. Victor should be at WrestleMania. Going to say that's not in his contract. It's not. Mike Smith, all that hard work Pat has done to grow his brand and to get to this point, but now it seems he's hell-bent on destroying it. But that's who he's always been.
Yeah.
Where has Pat gone? Where it's been like, man, this is great. It wasn't Barstool. It wasn't FanDuel. It's not been ESPN. That's kind of the thing. And you can criticize Stephen A. or Stephen A. doesn't walk around blowing his feet off.
No.
And Pat is not the easiest guy to, you don't manage Pat McAfee. You manage that situation. You're always in damage control when Pat is your guy.
Yeah.
And I think that's difficult. I think that's very difficult. FanDuel was paying him an absurd amount of money and it didn't work for him. And now he's at ESPN who's paying him an absurd amount of money. And he's attacking executives and ripping Washington State and now talking about or hinting at illegal drug use.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's odd to me. It's just really odd to me. That's all I'm saying, right? Like,
yeah.
Eric Wasikowski, is it just me or are all sports talk shows on drugs these days? Levitard, Cowherd, McAfee. I don't know. Like that fucking Cowherd thing the other day.
Wild.
Eric, I think that's a great point. Whatever that was with Colin Cowherd. What were you doing?
Yeah.
What were you like? Dan Levitard is just an odd.
He's different.
Personality.
Yeah, he's different.
He is an odd personality. But what do all three of these names on the screen have in common? They're wildly talented. They're wildly talented.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you can look across the sports talk landscape. You know talent when you hear it. And you know it when they don't have it too. Like, I can't do the Golix show. I can't do that. That like ESPN radio on the whole or any of your local sports talk is terrible. Because as companies, media companies don't invest in talent development. They don't invest in talent coaching. They throw a bunch of money at you and they expect the ratings to shoot up and the revenue to shoot up. Why would you expect that when you're not supporting that talent?
Totally agree.
It was the single biggest issue I had when I was a program director. There was no money and no way to coach guys and develop guys. Because it just doesn't exist and then they sell the land under your transmitter.
Yeah.
There's just no right way of thinking. The industry is broken. So guys like Pat McAfee now, we've all moved over to streaming, right? We're almost at 75,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? We're supposedly the top 5% of all sports talk shows on YouTube. That's what YouTube tells us. But we don't do radio. And why have we consistently said no to radio? Because it's shit like this where...
Yeah.
And then you have guys like Colin Cowherd saying ridiculous stuff the other day. Like, I just don't...
It's crazy. I don't know how that fits into the game plan for them.
OG Carey, it's one cycle of roids. Yeah, I don't know. Why would Pat McAfee take steroids? I don't know. John DeLon, he'd have cat eyes if he were on meth.
Yeah.
It's not meth.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I don't know. I don't like speculating about what he opened himself up for speculation. Pat McAfee did when you're talking about the fact that you're taking drugs or you're on science and he literally said, I'm on science, and he's pointing to his face. I don't know what that
means.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Rich guys probably had gastric bypass done, so maybe do that, Pat. I just think, and Pat is a gazillionaire at this point. He wants for nothing. But are you really going to have gastric bypass when your biggest problem is you eat too much? No. And I can tell you, with the way that Mrs. Monty cooks for us, trust me when I tell you it's not an eat too much problem. It's tough when you're working right now based on the work that we're doing and the structure of our lives. we're working like 14, 15-hour days.
Yeah.
It's tough to get up and go to the gym when you're done with all that. I totally get that. But that's why, like we were joking this morning, we had Jack in the Box this week. You can do that once a week. You can do that, but you better go play golf. You better go.
Yeah.
I lost all the weight I've lost was through golf last year.
Yeah. And I think the hard part is like this time of year. I mean, again, unless you live in Florida or California or Phoenix, let's say, or, a warm market.
Yeah.
You don't have because for me, golf wasn't about, hey, I just want to get a bunch of steps in. And like, obviously we enjoy playing golf, but I never saw it like that. I more saw it as a reprieve from being inside all day. I was like,
I would agree.
This is so nice just to be outside in the sun, not having to think about this work thing or that work thing or money or what. Like, it's just so nice when you're out there to kind of get that mental break where you're just thinking about hitting the ball.
Yeah.
And when you don't have that in the winter, it makes it tough when you consider how much we work. It makes it tough to go to a big box gym where there's 1 million people there and it's super loud. And it's like, dude,
I just want to be in my own head, and I want to be like, I cannot wait for it to be lighter later and warmer later so I can go to the range.
Yeah. Like I literally miss wearing shorts, dude.
Yeah.
I miss wearing shorts outside.
Yeah. OG Salty says it's his business. Why do we need to judge? He talked about it.
And I don't think we're judging the guy.
No.
I think we're discussing the fact that the biggest talent at ESPN is openly talking about doing
illegal drugs
of whatever variety.
That he can't pass a drug test to perform at WrestleMania.
I mean, I've straight up said, like, I think I literally said, Salty, that I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think that this makes him a bad human. I think that you can't have it both ways, though. You can't want to be a gazillionaire, be the biggest name at ESPN, but then also still do illegal drugs of whatever, variety.
Yeah, totally agree. The Monty Show presented by our good friends at Big O Tires and American Fork. Man, Jake Retzloff yesterday. Did you guys see the interview with Jake Retzloff yesterday? I thought that was one of the best interviews we've done on this show this year. And he was fantastic, breaking down X and O's of BYU spring ball, talking about his development, straight up asked him if he was the starting quarterback. I thought Jake was incredibly honest and revealing. If you missed it, it's on our YouTube channel. Go back and look at it. Hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Please hit the like button. We appreciate that. But we couldn't do any of this without our guy Ryan at Big O Tires and American Fork, your total car care experts. It's worth the drive, no matter where you are. And I know we have a ton of Utah County listeners. We have a lot of Salt Lake listeners. When you have an issue with your car, make sure that you get to Big O Tires and American Fork. Whether it's tires, of course, it's Big O Tires. You know they're your number one for tires, right? But they've done oil changes for me. They've done alignments for me. They have done when our Jeep was not driving straight, fixed it, right? When I needed tint on my windows, fixed it. Brakes, fixed it. Like everything you need. Check engine lights, you name it. That odd noise your car's making, that odd vibration, Ryan and the guys at Big O Tires have all the equipment, all the expertise to get it done. Make sure you tell them you heard about it on the Monty Show. Big O Tires and American Fork presents Jake Retzloff, BYU quarterback, every Thursday morning right here on the Monty Show. And it was so good to hear from BYU fans. And I got like 3 inquiries yesterday from small businesses that want to advertise on the show because of things like Jake Retzloff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the stuff that's exciting for us is, and obviously we love talking to guys like Jake, but it's really exciting to hear small businesses thriving. Like, we were talking to a guy that's a contractor yesterday, and he was talking about how now he's at a place in his business where he's looking for the right kind of client.
Yeah.
He's not looking for any client.
Yep.
He's looking for the right client. And we talk about economies and stuff. It's always good to hear from guys like Ryan at Big O Tires. I mean, it feels good to hear people building their own businesses and doing well. That's what we love about small business on the show. Please support small business, support local businesses. Ryan at Big O Tires, like Monty, Big O Tires is a national brand. Ryan is an entrepreneur. He is a Guy that uses the Big O franchise, so he owns his shop.
Yeah.
Big O Tires does not own his shop. He owns his Big O Tires. He grinds for every single thing that he's got. Guys like that, your contractors, your landscapers. We had a guy come out and bid turf in our backyard, trying to put in some golf holes in my backyard. We've had so many small business guys work on our house. Teddy Wayman Brothers Construction, guys like that. I have a lot of respect for the grind that it takes to build those businesses. So, all right, let's give away this $50 Amazon gift card because you guys absolutely stepped up and gave away memberships today. I don't know. So I think it comes down to, if we're just going to do, how much does size matter? Well, Harry Austin gifted 20 Monty Show memberships today.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, Kim and Eldon gifted 50 Monty Show memberships today.
Yep.
So do we vote? How do we, where are you at on this?
I think that, of course, size has to matter. Contribution has to matter. I think also duration of membership has to matter.
I would agree with that.
Harry Austin's been a member for how long now?
9 months.
9 months now. That's a long time, dude. That's a lot of bread.
That is a lot of bread, yep.
So I think that has to matter. I also, with all due respect to Kim and Eldon, no disrespect, Harry is here every single day and has been for
months and
months. So I think, that's got to matter. So I think, I would tend to lean Harry, I think, but I wouldn't have an issue if we gave it to Kim and Eldon. Wouldn't have an issue with that. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm leaning Harry Austin.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm leaning Harry Austin.
What do the people think?
Yeah, let's go.
What do you guys think?
Who do you guys think? Get in the comment section right now. Who should win the $50 Amazon gift card? Christopher Shannon, dude, come on, 50 memberships. That's a hundo. Give them something in return for their money.
Okay, so that's a Kim and Eldon vote.
Yep.
I don't disagree with that.
Harry's, Mike Smith, Mama, Harry, and Brandon are always giving multiple memberships.
Agreed.
Taysom Hills, Kim and Eldon. OG Salty, the 50 piece for me.
So Kim and Eldon.
Sean McBride, why not both?
I guess we're just made of money.
All right,
money.
There you go. Harry Austin,
made of money.
Kim and Eldon. I think that's the way. I think that's the way it is.
DM me on Instagram.
Send a DM to Jake, SLC Jake, Kim and Eldon, Harry Austin. DM Jake. He'll hook you up with a $50 Amazon gift card. Mr. Preston says Kim.
Bro, Preston, dude,
where have you been?
Nice to hear from you, bro.
Giggity. Kim and Eldon was nice, but never heard of them, and I'm here every day.
See, that's what I'm saying.
But Kim and Eldon have been here
more.
They're new, sure, certainly.
Yeah, they've been here the last 3 weeks or so.
But you can't be a long time unless you start coming to the show.
I agree. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it disqualifies them, but I am simply saying the same way that Kim and Eldon dropped a 50-piece nugget is the same way that Harry Austin's been here for a really long time and gifts regularly.
Yeah.
So I just think it's really just a preference thing. But again, we settled it. We'll give them both.
We'll give them both. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
Kay Nurin says 50-50 both. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go. Mapes, congratulations. Casuals, thank you. Christopher Shannon says, fuck yeah. Exactly right. OG Salty says Aaron Wilson consistently gives memberships. He does. But it's Giving Friday, so we're always going to hook up people who give memberships on Fridays.
Yeah.
So both of you, Harry Austin,
yes, DM me, please.
Kim and Eldon, DM Jake on Instagram, SLC Jake. He'll hook you up with $50 Amazon gift cards.
Okay, can we talk about tea times real quick?
Yes.
Can we talk about this?
Okay, so is golf too expensive?
Well, obviously.
So a couple of things. We are going to Scottsdale next weekend. We have Chicago Cubs season tickets at spring training,
which I am so excited about.
I am as well. So every year we make a pilgrimage.
Yeah.
We meet with Britt's sister and her husband, and we generally hang out for a weekend. It used to be a week, but it is what it is. So we hang out, we go to Cubs games, and we play golf.
Yeah.
We were going to play Greyhawk Golf Club.
Right.
It's $500
a person.
We were going to play TPC Scottsdale. I think that was $690 something. $699 a person.
Yes, for the stadium course.
And we both said, no, we're not doing it.
We're not paying that much, dude. It's not that worth it to me.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
It's the premise. It's the premise of it. Like, I don't understand why a course, respectfully, in the middle of the desert, that is not going to be lush this time of year, why am I paying that much? Because I'll tell you what, I'd have no problem putting a weekend together to go back and play Pelican Hill, and I'd have no problem paying Pelican Hill prices.
100%.
Because that course is magnificent. I'm talking about that's the best course I've ever seen. And now, obviously, I haven't played, Torrey Pines or Pebble or like the iconic courses yet. But Pelican Hill was awesome, man. The warm-up facility, the course itself, the feel of the course, like
the ocean holes being, actually on the ocean.
Yeah, so like it's outstanding, bro. Like it's so
me hitting the green
price.
3 straight times on the ocean holes.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing.
It's the birds stealing our cookies out of our bag on the ocean holes. Like it's worth it, dude.
That was awesome.
Those are the things you won't forget. So
yeah.
When we were looking at this, I was like, damn, dude. Like, why is it $700? To play this stadium? Do people care that much about it?
Has golf priced the average Joe out of the market? We were telling you about this scandal in LA.
Yeah.
Where this guy who cornered the market on all the municipal tee times in Los Angeles has finally been outed. And apparently they claim, the LA County golf people claim that they have banned him. I just feel like golf is too expensive now. And, we're obviously passionate about it.
Yeah.
It's something that we do. It's a daily thing for us. I mean, hell, we have I quite literally have my putter right here.
Your Scotty.
My Scotty is right here, right? Like it, and not only that, here's my PXG mallet putter.
Yeah.
Right. Like I have 2 putters sitting right here.
We've got my Scotty, and then we usually have Mrs. Monty's putter.
Odyssey. She's got an Odyssey.
An Odyssey White Hot. So like it's every day.
And I think like I'm looking at getting new drivers. Mm-hmm. I'm ready for new drivers in woods. And it's just like, hey man, I think like and even though I'm a PXG guy, I think if you're paying $1,000 for a driver, which I'm not at PXG, but I think that the price of golf has become too much.
Well, it's like the Callaway Smoke Series now. Those are super expensive, right? And I thought you made a good point in the vaunted pre-show meeting, behind the scenes, top secret, code 10 abort status.
Yep.
You made a good point, dude. Any regular golfer can pretty much hit any driver. Now, I'm a big believer, specifically with PXG. The reason we went to PXG is because I'm a huge believer that PXG is the best brand for the non-pro player, the novice,
the amateur, the amateur.
Yeah. The for anybody who is in the usual position of going to the range in the summer a couple times a week, and then you get your round in on the weekend. I'm a huge believer that PXG is the absolute best. I think Titleist is very difficult to hit consistently, which is why the pros use it, because it does the same thing every time, but it's hard to get that result unless your mechanics are locked in. I think Callaway the same, but I think that's why I like PXG, because I know that if I hit it good, I'm going to get 280, 300 out of the driver, even though I'm not a pro golfer. That's why I like PXG.
Well, and their wedges are elite.
Their wedges are great too.
But my point is, and you guys laugh at me when I say this every time, but if you pop a baby out of the womb today, put a golf club in their hand.
Yeah.
They'll make money. You'll never have to worry about their future. They'll make money. Now, they'll be insane. And trust me, before they learn to hit a driver, they'll learn to throw their wedge. But golf can transform your life. But we're pricing the 10-year-old golfer out of the game.
Yeah.
It's more now for a kid to play golf year-round than it is to play football. Let that sink in. It's far more. And it's because we have $1,000 greens fees. Where did we end up booking? McCormick Ranch?
Yeah, McCormick Ranch.
And what did we wind up paying for that?
Like $400 total with the cart. I think it was like $386.
Like we were going to play talking stick. $600.
For what? For what?
Like, and again, not because they partner with us but I go up to Canyons. It's cheaper. Canyons is a world-class golf course in Park City.
Yeah.
It's more affordable than Talking Stick in Scottsdale. How? Like the price of greens fees, the price of equipment, the price of clothing.
But at least with equipment, right?
It's wild.
At least with equipment, you can say, hey, I'll get my money back out of this, right?
Yes.
Obviously, like, you know.
But look at Marcus Emmert.
Yeah, dude.
The cost of a fucking golf ball.
Dude, PXG, Pro, whatever great golf ball you want to use, they're expensive. And I have no shame in saying that.
$50 a box.
Bro, I love the PXG golf ball. I play
the best
Kirklands,
ball.
I play Pro Vs, I play
Noodles. I play Noodles.
Right?
Because I'm not willing to spend $50 fucking on a dozen golf balls.
It's wild.
And now PXG is well below that. I think they're $39.99 for a dozen balls.
Yeah.
But do you know how many, all the people I golf with will only play Pro V1s.
And I get it. I get it.
$50 a dozen.
There's no question you get more yardage out of the Pro V. In my opinion,
I think you get more yardage out of the PXG ball.
The PXG pops, dude. Like speaking of Canyons, there's one hole of Canyons, my favorite hole. We call it the 7-11 hole. And it is a beautiful par 4, like 450 yards or whatever it is. And it's a hole that is built to play a fade off the tee. And my God, if you get it right, the ball just goes forever. And
it's a drivable par 4.
Dude, we did a test, and we'll do it this summer when we're playing there again, and we'll put it on video. We did a test where we played Pro V next to PXG, and the PXG was consistently outrunning the Pro V. Like, it was going farther.
I just don't understand how we've gotten to a place where, and I think, green, that's right. OG Garrett or OG Salty. Greens fees can cover a week of groceries for your standard Joe Schmo.
It's wild. Yeah.
It's a car payment. And I'm getting fed up with it.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I love playing the nicest golf courses. Like our Christmas trip.
Yeah.
We went from Wing Golf
Appreciate you, Mo.
Las Vegas National to Pelican Hill, to El Dorado, to Wolf Creek.
Yeah.
That was my Christmas, New Year golf trip. It was amazing.
Yeah, that was a goated run.
Thousands of dollars in greens fees. Now, can I afford that? Sure, I can afford that. I'll be honest with you, I'm not struggling. I'm not going to pay it again.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to do it.
I have to say too, with where we're at in our golf game, I more appreciate the standard golf course now than I used to. I more appreciate the idea of, hey, if you're playing good, you can appreciate, man, I just smashed this drive and I've got like 80 yards left.
Like, we're going to the last week of June, we're going to Kauai to play golf. Me and Mrs. Monty for our anniversary.
Man, that's a hell of a course, though.
At Thanksgiving,
Dude.
We're going to Palm Beach to play golf. Like, I don't mind spending the bread to play golf. But the biggest issue becomes the little guy is getting pushed out of golf. You can't get tee times, and when you can, they're super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has to have the nicest clubs, and those clubs are super. You're spending $5,000 on a bag.
Yeah.
And then you got to pay $50 for a dozen balls. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Derek Rocher, the golf course in Tahiti is 70 to 90 per person.
Okay, so the Tahiti thing I think is a great point, though. The Tahiti hack is real. Like, as an American with US dollars, you can go to Tahiti and live like a gazillionaire because of how strong the dollar is there. So I absolutely am a believer in that. But it's still Tahiti.
OG Gary, I need new irons, but they're mad expensive. Dude, go to PXG. DM Jake, he'll send you Garrett's number.
Yeah.
I'm a snob again. If you're going to buy clubs, get fitted.
Yeah.
Please don't just walk into Dick's and buy a bag full of clubs.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Go. And if I would always advocate for you to go to PXG.
And I'm not even busting your balls. Look what happened last weekend when we played with that wedge, right? So you tell this story because I think it's a great story.
I bought my own clubs from PXG. I bought a full bag of clubs online. They built them. They shipped them to me. I did not get fit.
Beautiful clubs, by the way.
Yeah, they're great clubs. They just were the wrong clubs for me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I go and get fit. I get a bag of clubs, and I start playing much better golf. Who knew? We have this golf setup in our studio. So my 60-degree wedge was down here.
Yeah, we chip with like these little wiffle ball golf balls.
My 60-degree wedge was down here, the one I got fit for. I left it down here, so I wound up playing with the old stock off-the-shelf 60-degree. Could not use it. Couldn't use it. Wrong length, wrong shaft, the wrong grip, the wrong degree, like the whole thing. It's wild. People who go into PGA Superstore and buy them off the rack, don't say I didn't warn you. And the wedges at PXG. Remember, I had Volkey wedges before I went to PXG wedges.
Yeah.
The PXG wedge is elite. It's the best wedge in golf. The Sugar Daddy wedges at PXG.
Outstanding.
Best wedges in golf. I'm just telling you, get PXG irons. It's the best investment. And the black ones are so sexy. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Golf is out of control. It's why I only hit on the range and go home. 95% of the time I'm hitting the range and go home.
Gary, what part of the valley do you live in, bro? Are you on the bench, or are you?
Yeah, where are you?
Where are
I don't
you,
even
dude?
know where you live.
Yeah.
I think you're up north, aren't you? Or at least you work north. OG Salty, you guys work your tails off to deserve your outlay on golf. We do. And I think, thank you. I appreciate you saying
Appreciate that.
We grind and we do well. I'm not complaining about my financial situation. I am not. I'm very lucky. I am in a 2-income household. My wife is a rock star.
Yeah.
We both make very good. I'm fucking talking about putting a golf course in my backyard. Like I'm doing fine. I appreciate that. Mike Smith, I have to take out a loan just to listen to all of this golf talk. It's sad.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, if you have kids or grandkids, put a golf club in their hand.
Yeah. But this is also why this summer I want to play with more people. Like last summer for us was about like just figuring out our game a little bit. Where I'm not sitting here saying I'm great at golf. Like I can play good enough, but I'm not like some elite golfer.
No, you're probably a mid-teen handicap though.
Yeah, like I can play good enough. I can get around.
You can break 80 on your best day.
Yeah. On my best day, like the putter kills me consistently, but I never practice putting, so I don't like.
Last year at the peak of summer, and this was without a golf swing.
Yeah,
I kid you not.
Yeah.
I played golf last year. I did not. I went golfing. I did not play golf.
Yeah,
let's not kid around.
Yeah.
I have completely changed my swing now. I've worked with Darren Ingram, my guy. He's taught me a lot. I've completely changed my swing. And last summer, in the height of my golf game, I was an 8 handicap. And now I know actually how to use a golf club. So I would hope that I would consistently, I think my best score ever is a 78.
Yeah, I was there for that.
Yeah. I think my best score ever is a 78.
Yeah, legit 78. Yeah.
I would hope to think that I would like to lower that best score ever this summer.
Yeah.
And I will try, but it's not easy. OG Gary, it's why I play Mountain View. God.
Yeah.
That was the toughest round of golf I've ever had.
You know what my problem with Mountain View is, dude? And again, it's like, hey, well, don't hit it in the rough. I don't mind if the rough is tough, right? I'm cool with that. But you can't have rough right off the fairway that's so tall you can't find your ball. That annoyed the living hell out of me.
And they were mowing. They mowed over 2 of our balls. Like, that was just a nightmare experience. It's even if it's 3 minutes away from me, I know y'all don't like it, but it's priced fine. Old Mill is my favorite course, but I go once a year.
Have you played Glenmore?
Yeah, have you played Glenmore?
I like
Glenmore's
Glenmore
amazing.
a lot.
What was the course up in
South Mountain?
No, South Mountain is
Mountaindale.
South Mountain.
Mountaindale.
No, I hate that place too. In Heber that we went to.
Oh man, I can't remember the name of that course.
I love that course.
Sand Hollow? No, not Sand Hollow.
No.
It's like
I want to say Wolf Creek, but it's not Wolf Creek. Obviously,
it's like
that's something like that. There's some courses in Heber that are amazing. I love
Soldier Hollow.
Soldier Hollow.
Soldier Hollow.
I am
Great course.
I am a mountain golf fan. I am. It's why I love Canyons. Canyons golf.
Yeah,
is amazing. I love it. It is. I will again be a member this year. I will again tell you, come and play with us.
Yeah, I'd love to, man.
Yeah, I'm happy to, Gary. What brand do you think makes the best golf simulator for your money? Oof.
Boy, that's a competitive market, bro. I think the experience we've had so far is that TrackMan is by far the most accurate and most consistent simulator out there. And I don't just say that because it's TrackMan. I say that because I've used other brands around the valley, simulator-wise, and they are not accurate.
But you're talking about, like, just the one that I would tell you is Full Swing Golf, but it's a $55,000 simulator.
Yeah.
And Full Swing's amazing. I love Full Swing. I've used it one time and it was awesome. But I would tell you, get like a Bushnell. I am going to buy a Bushnell Launch Pro. It is, and it gives you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
It's what Wing Golf uses, because they don't have a full driving range. They have a huge net that you get into, and they have Bushnells on their driving range.
Yeah.
But now, I'm telling you,
if you're going to use one of these Bushnells, you need to understand numbers and what they actually mean and what you're looking for. But yeah, the Bushnell Launch Pro is awesome.
Yeah, but if you're talking about an indoor simulator, TrackMan's half the price of a Full Swing, but that's still $20,000. I hate. I don't love simulators. I'm not a big. We go to Golf the Round up in North Salt Lake.
Yeah.
And they have TrackMan there. I think it's pretty accurate. But again, do I really hit? What did I hit that 5-iron last week or a couple of weeks ago when we were there? I'd have 5-iron like 250. I don't hit my 5-iron 250 yards.
I think usually it tells you hit a 220 though.
No, but I don't know. I'm a skeptic. It does translate to the course, though. I will tell you that.
Yeah,
I will tell you that. And donuts. Hello, pizza and fat drugs. Bad combo. Try sticking a finger in your mouth. Jesus, come on now. I live in West Jordan, 3 minutes away from Mountain View. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, we should play Glenmore soon.
John DeLon. They grind, then they soak.
That's right.
It's a way of
That's
life.
right.
Salty Drunk. Why don't you guys try and organize a Monty Show Golf Day sponsored by Big O Tires? We should. I would totally do it. Come to Australia, guys. I will get you on to Royal Melbourne. Royal Melbourne's awesome.
That'd be awesome, dude.
Boston Mapes. Aren't there crazy Aussie killers in Wolf Creek?
I have no idea what you're talking about, dude.
No idea.
Wolf Creek was cool. I'd love to play it one more time when the weather doesn't suck. But I got to tell you, dude, when you're riding up and down hills like that in the cart, like Wolf Creek is kind of extreme. Like at canyons, like you do have some climbs and some downhill, but it's not nearly as extreme as Wolf Creek.
Yeah, but Canyons is a playable course that you want to go back to repeatedly. Wolf Creek and Mesquite is, you play it once or twice a year. It's fun, but it's a freak show.
Yeah.
It's a freak show. And it's a fun freak show. If you like hitting your driver, there's no better driving course than that, because you can bang driver there like forever.
Yeah.
But, all right, a couple more, and then we got to go. Ron Nolan, simulator or Subaru? This is an interesting question because I am going to I'm hoping to get a car deal done. Good luck with that. I'm hoping to get a car deal done this weekend.
Django.
And I don't know. Jake's yelling at the dog.
Sorry,
again.
he was licking his ass.
Well, don't bring him to the studio. We're going to grind it out and try and get a car this weekend.
Yeah.
I think Mrs. Monty, I think there's a real chance we wind up in an Audi Q3 for Mrs. Monty.
Yeah.
You can get them certified. You can get them used. I think that might be where we end up.
She wasn't a big fan of the Subaru.
No, she drove the Forester and hated it, which I was so proud of her for. So proud of her for.
Yeah.
I just thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
So sushi tonight. Golf, car buying,
Dune
2 tomorrow, and then golf on Sunday.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend.
It's gonna be over like that.
Yep.
Just like this show, which is presented by our good friends at The Advocates. TheAdvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. Love you guys. Thank you. Appreciate all the free memberships today. If you have not, please hit the like button on your way out. 7 more likes gets us to 100 for the show. Please do it.
By the way, DM me. Still haven't gotten DMs from
Harry Austin. Make sure you DM Jake. He'll send you a $50 Amazon gift card. Let's go. Make sure you did all that work today.
Don't waste
Okay, and make sure that you hook it up, Kim and Eldon. Make sure you DM Jake. He's got your gift card for you. Bless the Advocates, redcross.org. Use the promo code, sponsor code, Advocates SLC. Until Monday. Say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.